Hi, my name's Jacqui and I came here from Perth, Western Australia. Prior to coming to Fountainhead, I had been heavily depressed for about 6 or 7 years. I had been in and out of psychiatric, psychologist, numerous medications, and in my opinion, and this is purely subjective, it's not exclusive to everyone, it didn't really work for me. I sort of resigned myself to the fact about 2 years ago that depression was something I was going to have to live with for the rest of my life. And that is when I developed an eating disorder as well, because that was my coping mechanism. Prior to coming in here, the last few weeks, I actually became suicidal. My eating disorder became really bad. My depression was getting worse with it because, as they say, what you use to control ends up controlling you. And it very much was so. And that was my absolute tipping point. And to be honest, it was just a band-aid for a bullet wound. It was nothing to do with food. It was just the deeper issues actually turned out to be self-worth, which is something I very much discovered in coming to Fountainhead. My first few days here, I felt a bit introverted and shy, which is actually pretty unusual for me, but I really did because, like I said, I was in a pretty bad place coming here, and like anything where you're about to make a big change, it's intimidating and it's scary. However, the staff welcome you with open arms, and one thing I can say with great sincerity is that they really treated you with a lot of dignity and respect, and I truly felt, when I'd been to other doctors and hospitals and stuff like that, I was really just treated as another number, whereas here I was truly treated as an individual. And I just want to reassure a lot of people if they're coming here, particularly for bulimia. I was actually given a private room, which I thought was huge because I've never been to an eating disorder clinic. Luckily for me, this has been something that hasn't actually been in my life for too long. But what I've heard is they do things like, put feeding tubes down your throat and lock the bathroom door. To me, that doesn't really allow you a lot of dignity. That just implies that there's something inherently wrong or that you're broken inside. What I felt here was that I was truly treated like an individual, allowed to go at my own pace. And although I felt a bit shy and overwhelmed the first few days, something really remarkable happened because I wasn't treated like a number and I was really treated like a person. The desire actually came from me to want to get better, which had never happened before because, previously I'd just been made to feel like I was broken and I needed fixing. Whereas here, they really make you feel like you're not broken. This is just something that you go through in your life, and the hard times are actually what you learn from. So I don't regret anything that I've been through. I think that it's all contributed in making me who I am today. I have endless praise for the program and the staff here. They really ease you into it and tailor the program specifically to you. I was here for 28 days. I think that was perfect for me. And, for all the treatments I've been through for 7 years or something like that, the amount of progress I've had in 28 days comparatively is just exponential. What they do here, they have a very holistic approach, so mind and body and the mind-body connection. We do mindfulness, which is a form of meditation, which really allows you to be present, and being present allows you not to stress so much about your past, which is where depression lives, and worry so much about your future, which is where anxiety lives, just to accept things as they are, and that is incredibly reassuring. The PT here is absolutely amazing. I've always been into my fitness, but I'm fitter and healthier here than I've ever been. The food is amazing, which is, really weird for me to say, but it is. It's amazing, and it's really brought my love back into food. You do a lot of detoxing stuff, so detoxing for your skin, and you have a life coach as well, where you talk about a lot of the issues in your life, but really work through them. And like I said, depression wasn't my problem. That's not something I believe. And again, not to say it doesn't work for everyone, but my issues couldn't be solved with medication, I believe. And this place with your life coach, you really get to the root cause of it. And for me, it was self-worth. I didn't think I had a place on this earth and that I was worth anything and offered nothing to people. And that traced right back to my childhood. But you know, we got to the root of it here, and it changes your whole perspective on everything. I realised I was taking everything in life so personally, and I've truly gained the ability to not do that now. What really sets Fountainhead apart from other places, especially where I've been treated in the past, many things, but I think, as I said before, prior to coming in here, you know, people would tell you, you have depression or you have bulimia, like, what are you doing? That is something that needs to be fixed about you. Fountainhead, you are met with overwhelming empathy, and one thing you realise is that none of these things define you, and none of these things define your self-worth, which was huge for me. You know, you are never a broken person at any given time. Every single part of your life has led to you doing this destructive behaviour or doing this depressive behaviour. And what's great about even just changing your language and learning the word doing is that it can be undone. And I was doing those things as a coping mechanism to make myself feel more valuable, because I didn't feel valuable in myself. But, you know, they made me realise that was my issue, was not recognising my own self-worth. And so allowing me to recognise that, I actually got to the end point by myself and realised that I deserved to be better. I deserved to treat my mind and body with respect. I just didn't have the tools and resources to use them in the right way before, and that's what Fountainhead gives you, with no pills. And I, for the first time, feel free of depression and feel like I'm genuinely worth something. And I haven't purged since day one, and the desire came from me, not because it was something that society or any given person tells you that you should be doing. I just wanted to say that Fountainhead has truly changed my life. I had been through so many different treatments for such a long time. I've only been here for 28 days, and I truly thought there was no other end than suicide for me. Pretty morbid but true. I genuinely felt that, and for the first time I feel like I'm worth everything, and this place has truly changed my life.